Walk-on Indian coach Chad Beermann joining us. Last week, the Indians traveled to Crestwood, and Crestwood knocked off the Indians 32-16. Chad, what was your synopsis from that game?
Crestwood came out right away. I mean, they got a stop on us first series, and then they went down and scored. The first series, they really had some nice long runs to get down there, and then scored and um, able to stop us again and get another one. And we were able to move the ball a bit. We ended up with 5 turnovers, 3 interceptions, and 2 fumbles, and um, they had some penalties that kind of helped us stay in the ball game. And then fourth quarter, we kind of came on a little bit. It was 25 to 8. We scored, got it 16-25. Tried an onside kick, didn't get it, but we're able to stop them on downs and use timeouts. And then they ran out of bounds on third down, stop the clock. But then they punted it down to the 1 yard line, and we ended up fumbling in our own end zone to give them their last touchdown. And then we threw a pick on our last series that sealed it. They were able to kneel out the ball game. So, it was a kind of an ugly game. They had a lot of penalties. We had the 5 turnovers, and they came out with a good win. And they're a good ball club, and we certainly helped them out. But they're a team that I mean, they're very physical. And they got a lot of speed.
And you mentioned those 5 turnovers, and you were -4 on the give take. Of those 5 turnovers, how many of those were just good plays by the Crestwood Cadets? How many of those are stuff that you need to fix, and how many of those are fixable?
Well, the 2 fumbles were just one. We were our eyes weren't on the ball or at the center when the ball got snapped, and we dropped it, and they fell on it quick. And then the other one again was in the end zone trying to make a play. One of the interceptions was a tipped pass. We've had a couple of those where it bounced off 2 different guys, and the Cresco kid made a nice play on it. And another one was a diving interception that was just an overthrow. They're all fixable. We have to do a better job taking care of the ball and, you know, not locking in on receivers, because that's, if you don't take your eyes off the receiver, that's where you throw the ball. That's where the defensive backs are going to be breaking. So it's all fixable stuff. Unfortunately, a lot of these errors that we're seeing are not just the turnovers, but a lot of stuff we're seeing is week after week, the same kind of stuff that we're really trying to break our kids out of. And at some point we'll get it. We just haven't quite yet.
And this week, you face a team in Owine. I know Owine took a week, or in fact, 2 weeks off earlier on in the season. Knowing the fact that they've only played 3 games this year, does that present some challenges in preparing for a game like this?
Well, they've been a wing T team forever. I mean, Lade came from North Fayette Valley before he went down to Owine, but they're doing it out of some shotgun now. And they've got good size, and they've got some decent skilled athletes. And multiple formations have given us problems throughout, this year. So we expect to have some challenges, just preparation. And, they're kind of the point where you don't know what they're going to try. I'm sure they'll throw something at us we haven't seen, and see if we adjust to that. And like I said, they got good size, so we'll see what they do with us. But not having a whole lot of film to study, that does present problems. And again, they're shuffling people around trying to find out who can play and who's healthy, and so you don't know from week to week what you're going to get with them.
But does that give you an opportunity to focus on some of the things you need to fix a little bit more without a lot of specifics on your opponent heading into this week?
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to practice on general things that would allow us to adjust to anything. That's one of the things we're not doing very well, is taking an adjustment to one thing and converting it over and using it in a similar situation that's not identical to what we practiced against. And when we can do that, the kids will be doing things right. So.
All right, Coach, hopefully you can get back on the winning track here this week. We wish you best of luck. Keep your kids healthy, and hopefully we're talking about an Indian victory next week.
All right, thank you.
Chad Beermann, head coach of the Walk-On Indians. It's Walk-On in Owine this Friday night.